What up, y'all? It's your boy Jamo.
My name is David McFadden, aka DJ Dowdy.
This your boy Vaughn.
This is Carl.
It's your boy Tomo, man, aka Next Level Tomo, aka your favorite Cowboys fan, aka I don't even know why I still root for the Wizards, but I'm a Wizards fan.
This is the #1 Wizards fan, Devin, and you're now watching
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports. Refuse to lose. With my man Joe. We refuse to lose.
All right, welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm your host today. As we got a packed out show today, we're gonna start with just me. If y'all don't mind, we gotta talk about my Commanders. But before we do that, make sure first of all, thanks everybody coming on early. We appreciate that. It means a lot. Also, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, share this video with somebody that channel personally so they can come on and watch live with us. And look, you might see the screen blinking. That's why we had a delay. I was trying to fix that problem, but obviously it's not fixed. All right, so just bear with me with the screen blinking. But also use our comment section. We can see all the comments you guys have put it down. And any comment you guys put down, we appreciate that. We will respond to them. And we got to get this show going. All right, we got a lot of guests coming on. We got Devin, Carl coming through. We got Javon. We got Dino Blaze, Rondo, Jamo. All right, we got David. We got a lot of people coming through. So we're going to have a packed out show. It's going to be fun. And I hope y'all enjoy the show. So look, we got to talk about my Commanders. I have no video, no intro video for this topic. We're going to just jump straight through it. All right. So the question is, like I said, excuse the blinking light. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I mean, just bear with me. So the Commanders, are they done, y'all? No! They're not done. First of all, let's put everything into perspective. All right. Number one, Carson Wentz is a new quarterback in a new system with new weapons, new coach in his perspective. All right. So we can't make judgments off of 4 weeks. There's going to be adjustments. There's going to be mishaps. They're going to be like, if you look at the Broncos, Russell Wilson, new quarterback with a new coach, new system, new weapons and everything. He's not looking too good either in the beginning. But they were in the first game because it was really, really bad. But nobody is truly writing them off for the whole season. All right? You look at Matt Ryan, new coach, new system, new weapons. Nobody's writing off Matt Ryan and the Colts. All right? But for some reason, with Carson Wentz, we already writing them off. And we're already writing the Washington football team off. I understand why. Because Washington football team. Washington Commanders, they haven't won a Super Bowl since the early 90s. I know they haven't had I haven't witnessed as a football fan, a 11-game winning season. All right? It hasn't happened in a long time. We haven't won a playoff game since Mark Brunell was our quarterback. So I understand why, not only people who don't like the Commanders, but actually Commander fans are jumping off the ship early. But you got to realize that when I watch these games, for example, the Cowboys game, my initial reaction, I was like, this team is like irritating me, blah, blah. But when you watch that game, we have fixable mistakes that we make. All right? Fixable. If you watch that Cowboys game, we were actually moving the ball against the Cowboys, but then they kept putting themselves in holes with false start penalties, holding penalties, XYZ, right? And you look at the defense been improving every single game, all right? Not every single game. They actually went bottom in that Detroit game. But since that second half of that Detroit game, they've been improving. Look, like that Philly game is kind of overreaction. They actually, stick a fork in it. That Philly game scored 24 points. But a lot of that was just, it was the big issue on defense is the big plays. That's a big difference, right? But in the second half, they did a great job. Also, Philly was the #1 rushing team coming into that game. Washington Commanders did a great job against Philly in the rushing attack. Also did a great job against the Cowboys on the rushing attack. And the Cowboys won that game because of a few big plays, and we put them in good field position. So I look at that defense versus the Cowboys, a lot of 3-and-outs. All right. 2 picks that were called back because of 2 bogus holding penalties that was never called for us, like that Terry McLaurin bomb on the right side by Wilson. Wilson pass interference. They didn't call that. All right. So then even that Trayvon Diggs knocked down at the end of the game when he threw in the left side of the corner, that was passing. It was holding. You saw he held McLaurin when he was coming back to the corner end zone, but obviously they didn't call him. All right. So and look at these mistakes. They are fixable mistakes. Carson Wentz holding the ball for too long, getting intentional grounding. Fixable mistake. Just throwing the ball away early. So we haven't even established an identity on the offensive side. So I'm not going to panic. Y'all remember last year Carson Wentz and the Colts started off 1-3? Started off 1-3, and then they started off 2-4, 2-5, and then they went like on a 7-2 stretch in the middle of the season because new quarterback, new system. Once things get good, as far as like the system getting getting used to the systems like that, things will get better. So I would say wait until week 6 to start, so we start judging what's really going on. All right, because week 6, that's when we roll up. Well, not week 6, I would say week 7. That's when we roll up into the Packers, and then after that Packers game, then we'll see. Okay, we'll watch the football team. Watch the Commanders are. It's a new name, y'all. I'm getting used to it myself. All right, so Washington is not done, and beware, because once they turn it over, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. You're gonna hear a lot from me though. All right, so I'm not gonna rap too much about y'all. But we're gonna go to our next topic. All right. Our next topic, we got Devin and Carl coming on. All right. Talking about the Ravens and that Bills game from yesterday, on Sunday. So stay tuned. We'll see them when we come back.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
All right, so the Ravens and the Bills played last Sunday, and the Ravens were up 20-10 going into the half. It went scoreless in the second half versus the Bills with a game-winning field goal in the last second. All right, last week we had Devin and Carl on. We got them back on again for this week. Okay, no. So here's the question I want to ask y'all. All right. Now, of course, the Bills won and the Ravens lost, but did the Bills more so win this game, or did the Ravens give up the game? And we're going to start with you, Carl, since y'all were, the losing squad.
I feel like this is an easy question to answer. The Ravens lost that game. Plain and simple. You're up 20-3. Then you go scoreless. Then you're tied 20-20. You have the ball at the 1-yard line, and you don't punch it in. You literally, like I told y'all with the Dolphins game, fourth quarter decisions is the reason why we lost the Dolphins game. Yeah, y'all want to say we gave up 21 points. Oh, hold on. We gave up 21 points. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We gave up 21 points in the fourth quarter. But like I told y'all in that game, we kept being too aggressive on fourth down, going for it when we shouldn't have. And it came to bite us in the butt against the Bills again. 4th and goal from the 3. We decided to go for it instead of taking the 3 points, going up 3, and trusting the defense. And now you wonder why Marcus Peters wants to take off John Harbaugh's head after the game, because it's decisions like those that we were being made that lost us the game. We should easily be 4-0, but that's not how the game goes. You make dumb decisions, you got to live with them dumb consequences. So Ravens clearly lost that game.
All right.
Yeah, I agree. The Ravens.
Killer.
Yeah, number one Raven killer. Got the purple tie in the building today, y'all. Purple headband. Doing it for my man Lamar. Raised like Lamar. Let's get it. But I agree with you, Carl. The Ravens did lose the game, but that's about it. Because my Buffalo Bills came to play. Now I know our first half wasn't great, you know. But guess what? The stats wasn't exactly what I said, but it was similar. Lamar Jackson, only 20 completions, 144 yards. That's not great. Now, he did have 11 carries for 73 yards, but guess what? Josh Allen washed that out. 11 carries, 70 yards with a tug. That's the difference. Lamar normally giving you a rushing touchdown. What you call him? Jackson 5, right? I don't know. Like Michael Jackson went solo this week. By himself. Jackson won. 2 interceptions. What you say, Poyer? Wasn't going to do nothing. We got him back. So clearly, to me, my Buffalo Bills won. And this is the thing. Honestly, I will give you this. The Ravens maybe should have won. I think y'all had the ball for like 38, 39 minutes to Buffalo 21 minutes. But the thing is, y'all had 9 penalties for like 70 yards. We had like 4 for 30. So anytime that's changing field position right there. As far as like the first downs and stuff, I think we were similar with like 21, 22. It came down to them penalties right there. And that's going to kill y'all. And I told you, Duvernay, basically all your Raven receivers going to get back to regular, whatever it is. And that's what happened. Because you had a good game from Dobbins, 45 yards. Good game from Jeremy Hill, about 40.
Justice
Hill. Both of them had like 40-something yards apiece. And then Lamar did his thing. Now, on the Bills side, Devin Singletary had 49 yards rushing, which somebody's going to think, that ain't great. But guess what? He had like 40 or 45 yards receiving too. So that's what helped us out. Because, Stephon, I think our leading receiver was 62 yards what Stephon did. So it wasn't like a great game. Josh Allen only 213 or 215. It was the turnovers from Lamar, and he couldn't get it in the end zone himself. If he not scoring, that's like y'all main touchdown guy. And that shouldn't be. Your quarterback shouldn't be your main touchdown guy.
Okay. So I want to throw this one out there too. What you didn't bring up is the drops that the Ravens had. Lamar threw 140 something, but if the receivers catch the ball, his completions and yardage might be way higher. Rashad Bateman had 2-3 uncharacteristic drops. The rain, even Stephon Diggs was dropping the ball. The rain was a factor. So I think that helped. What I want to say, muck up the game, I guess you would say.
Oh yeah,
but
I definitely think that. But the thing I said was, I didn't say nothing about Lamar Jackson. I knew he was going to have a game like this. But what I told you last week was, your Ravens receivers was going to come back to be who they are. Duvernay is not that good, or Bateman is not that great. You was, they do this. Oh, Mark Andrews do that. I like Mark Andrews. I think he is the best tight end in the league right now. I do think he's the best.
I don't even think that. Out of all,
I think Kelsey is more shifty, but I like Mark Andrews as the best catching tight end. But I
don't. He drops the ball way too much for me.
He getting 21 targets a game. He going to drop something. He's your best receiver. God dang.
But all I know is you said this Ravens secondary was trash, but his Josh Allen having probably one of the worst games he done had this probably in 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, but this secondary is trash, right? And I told y'all last week it was 2 names against the Patriots that was getting torched. Jalen Armour-Davis, who was inactive, and Brandon Stevens, who was playing and got that terrible roughing the passer call, who got the terrible, pass interference call, who every time somebody caught the ball, guess who was guarding them? Brandon Stevens. I told y'all it's just 1 or 2 pieces in this secondary that needs to be handled, and Brandon Stevens is one of them. I would like to see more Demarion Williams, the rookie from Houston, over Brandon Stevens. I'm sorry. I know you're a second-year guy, but you were drafted to play safety. We now have your replacement. The Ravens got to get him together. Like, he can't play until he get this together.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe your man need to start throwing more accurate passes.
Yeah, let me jump in real quick. So Carl, let me ask you this. How you feel about that decision at the end of the game?
I told you it was stupid.
All right. So let me say something like this. Y'all know I like Lamar, right? For me addressing, you said the Bills had some drops too.
I said that.
Yeah, they had some drops, but I think they had more drops than the Ravens did.
Gabriel
Lamar,
Davis.
they did, especially on running backs and running backs. Cook dropped the first down.
He did.
I think McKenzie dropped the first down. Right? Knox dropped the first. I think Knox dropped like 2 crucial passes. But Lamar, this is what I don't like about the Ravens. All right, the Ravens fans. When John Harbaugh went for it against the Chiefs on 4th down on his own territory, and they went for it and they got it. Lamar, it's Lamar. He puts the ball in Lamar's hands on 4th and goal, and then he already said in the press conference, he said, "I'm confident our defense defending them on the 2-yard line." But Lamar, not only he didn't score, he threw an interception, Carl.
He threw a pick.
It's 4th down. You can't third it. You have to throw it up.
I got you, but it happened, bro. If you would have scored a touchdown, you would have came on here and said Lamar MVP, Lamar. You would have been praising Lamar.
Nope.
If Lamar would have converted that 4th down,
nope,
the world would have praised Lamar. But when Lamar doesn't convert, we put the blame on John Harbaugh. When we know it's what he does.
So I wouldn't have did that.
So are you?
I promise you, I was in my living room the whole entire time saying, "You have to kick this. You have to kick this. You have to kick this. You have to trust in your defense. You have to kick this."
So
and
y'all put the Chiefs last year. When y'all put the Chiefs last year, y'all went for it in your own territory. But were you telling them to punt it, or you saying go for it?
But there's the difference. You're up in that situation. You're not tied. You're not down. You're up. So if you don't get it, you're up. You can still defend that. You're tied. The ball game is in the balance. They're not up. If we were up and we did that, cool, fine, I'm with it. We're tied. We can take the lead here, trust the defense to hold on to the lead. That's the same. That's what I'm saying. That situation is not the same because
I got you on. It's not the same, but were you in your house screaming, go for it? Or were you
because we were up. You have to win the game. That's not the same thing.
So look,
peace, brother. You can't be on here 1 week. You can't be saying Lamar Jackson the best player in the league, and then when he make mistakes,
I didn't criticize Lamar. I said that was
same way.
I never criticized Lamar. I said that was coaching.
But that's what I'm saying. At some point, you got to criticize him too because he's a quarterback. His decision making got to be right.
Y'all not listening. That's a different situation. Y'all can't compare different situations and try to make them the same. No. If you're up, then cool. I'm fine with you going for it because you're up. You can tell your defense, just hold on to this lead. But we weren't up. It was tied. We had
and you said you watched the game in the living room when I know for a fact you watched it in the dining room. So just cut it out.
Whatever. Anyway.
Look, I understand those situations, but most of Ravens Nation, probably not you, I don't know, Carl. I really think you would have.
No, I was literally yelling, you have to kick it.
If he would have converted on 4th down and they would have beat the Bills, you would have been on here raving how he's an MVP. But look, I would say this. Greg Roman put him in a bad situation. Why would you put him on 4th and goal on a shotgun situation with nobody? But you eliminate the run. And then Lamar made a mistake by drifting back. That was his mistake right there. He eliminated the option to run the ball by drifting back like he did. But Lamar also missed a key pass that could have won y'all the game. In the second quarter, he missed Mark Andrews wide open for a touchdown.
Yeah, Von Miller was right in his face, though.
You said what?
Von Miller was right in his face.
But Mark Andrews was wide open. That's all I'm saying.
But you still got somebody barely in your face.
All right, Carl. If he's the MVP, like you've been saying, Lamar Jackson 5, if he the MVP, he gotta make that throw. You know, he gotta make that throw. Because Josh Allen, it wasn't a touchdown. He made a throw on the sideline, I think, to Knox, contesting everything, hand in his face. He made a nice throw. All right. So my thing is, if y'all would have scored that touchdown, y'all would have had 21, and then that field goal would have made more sense because y'all would have been up by 4 instead of 3. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot, and then also like both of them, I would say both of them were kind of dinking and dunking, but y'all defense were actually playing good against the Bills. I don't know what happened, but y'all actually played well. Stevens had a good play, it was a pass interference, but they didn't call it. He jumped on it early, but y'all played good against the Bills. Josh Allen didn't make a lot of mistakes except for that first. He did spot y'all 7 points. I would say that first interception was all Josh.
Well, that ball got tipped. It's not really on Josh Allen. The ball got tipped.
No, the second one got tipped, right?
No, the first one got tipped.
That first one got picked up. That tip? Oh, I know that.
Yeah, Calais Campbell tipped it.
So that's that. You know that happened, but Lamar, he was doing a lot of dinking and dunking, bro. Like I like Lamar, but he was doing a lot of dinking and dunking, and he was inaccurate on a lot of throws. I saw more inaccurate throws than I saw drops, to me, in this game. So So this is Lamar's worst game of the year so far, in my opinion. And
can I address something? I still feel like Lamar's MVP. I'm not taking nothing away from Lamar. I said it was a bad coaching decision. When the hell did I just like down Lamar? Everybody keeps saying it like I'm switching sides. No, I just don't like the coaching decision late in the game.
He's not front running MVP no more right now.
He's on the chat. Okay, he's on the chat. I'm like,
he's not front running MVP right now no more though. It's like he's battling. Him and Jalen Hurts battling.
Oh, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, you can say Jalen Hurts.
So we gotta watch what Jalen Hurts do on Sunday to see because Lamar had a bad game.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, he undefeated too. So.
Lamar game Sunday was phony, like this tie. Clip on. Phony.
Josh Allen barely played better. I don't get it. It was obvious.
Hey,
I mean, you got to play
144 with phony, digging and dunking, phony numbers.
But like I said, like coaching has some. I'm not blaming John Harbaugh because he trusting it. Like, he got Lamar Jackson, bro. Lamar's automatic in the red zone.
I am.
But it was a
also
bad
blaming
play
Patrick
call.
Queen too. Patrick Queen was out there running around missing tackles like it's nobody's business.
Well, Patrick Queen had a key strip for y'all, knowing him.
That wasn't him exactly. It was Owe.
No, but
I thought Marlon Humphrey had the sack. Yeah.
Queen had a key play for y'all, bro. I can't think what it was, but
can't even remember it.
No, it was a key play. But what messed up Dobbins when I first run from first down, he ran the wrong hole. He tried to bounce outside and he got lost like 2 yards, and that put y'all
just getting back.
It's also one more situation I didn't like. On 2nd and goal at the 1, I was in the house yelling, quarterback sneak, quarterback sneak, quarterback sneak. We hand it off and it gets blown up like 5 yards in the backfield.
That was second. Okay, that's the play I'm talking about. But he tried to bounce out and then Milano, right? What his name is? He killed
Matt Milano. Don't know why we didn't sneak it. We have a quarterback who is so hard to hit. Now imagine trying to tackle that man in a crowd of people. I'm pretty sure
he's small.
1 yard.
He's small though.
That's why he can maneuver through.
It ain't like Lamar be running people. Yeah, I don't really see y'all do a lot of QB sneaks with him.
And I said it in the chat earlier. I don't know why.
Cause he little. I mean, you don't want to risk him getting hurt.
Slither through a hole and get the yard or inches he needs.
No, it's different in the trenches.
All right, so look. All right, so Devin, how you feel about Josh Allen's performance in the second half?
I thought it was good enough to win. He came out, did what he needed to do. Good enough to win. He didn't turn. He turned it over in the first half. So as long as you don't turn the ball, good enough to win. That's what I'm here for. He figuring out how to win. You could see it like before y'all. He becoming like one of the. I don't think he's the best quarterback. I don't know.
No.
He becoming one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league.
You talking about Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's top 3
for sure.
You know, I do think him and Lamar on the same level though.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Not passing the ball, but he better watch out because Josh Allen he has 70 yards too.
I don't know. Josh Allen be having inaccurate moments like crazy, man, too. Like
he do.
That's all.
He just takes more risks. He be taking a lot of risks.
Yeah, but the Bills did drop a lot of balls though. It did like a lot of key first downs, and I think that like the Ravens didn't even have a good first half. Y'all were putting in good field position multiple times, and y'all were coming away from field goals. You know,
I think the second drive was probably our best drive when we drove down and scored.
Yeah, and Lamar he started to use his legs more in the second half because the first half he had plenty of opportunities to get first down. See, one thing about Josh Allen, he's gonna use his legs. He like, if I can get it first down my leg, I'm gonna use Lamar. I don't know if he's trying to prove that he can throw, or or he just working out his door. I don't know what he's doing, but it be opportunities when he can run. I know. What play I told was one play. He had a wide open field and he tried to throw the ball and got sacked.
Pissed me off.
You know, so he does that a lot now. I don't know if he's trying to prove a point or not, but yeah. So all right, got the band. He came over here to like Rambo. Demon killer.
Before you do that, you said Rambo. Y'all might need to hire Rambo for your commanders because y'all's trash.
Nah, we good. We good. Trust me. We're good. We're gonna make it look right now look ugly. Obviously, it's 4 games.
Need an O-line. Y'all need a line.
Topic. That's another topic. And we down to our third center already for the.
I know. And Sam Cosby.
We down to like our 4th tackle.
Yeah, 4th tackle. Yeah, y'all got Lamar though, so. at that time. I got Lamar, you know. So, but yeah, so all right, before y'all roll out, y'all know the drill. Devin, y'all 3-1. You feel me? The Ravens are 500 team now. You know, Ravens they average right now. That's all I can say. You know? All right,
I like the shot. I'm not going. I'm gonna be the bigger person and not take a shot at you.
Oh, who me or
you?
Nah, I know we want to listen. We below average right now. Like we like right now we are not good. Yeah, I know that. So, but we
y'all the worst team in the NFC East.
Bills right now. All right, so 3-1 Bills Mafia, not Bills Nation. Talk to Bills Mafia real quick, Devin.
All right, we got an easy one next week against the Steelers. Easy. I don't even know why they would start Kenny Pickett against him. You better off starting him against the Jets. Let him get his feet wet. That's just dumb. So that's an easy one. We're gonna be 4-1. Honestly, like Carl said, we can easily be 5-0 because that Dolphins game to me was fluke. We missing players, so I take that. AFC East is I don't know. It's looking hard though. You know, I think Miami is legit, but if Tua don't come back, Teddy Bridgewater ain't gonna get it done. So I got the Bills winning the division. I got the Bills winning the AFC. Clearly, I got the Bills winning the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's just what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the Eagles. I think they legit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Pay Lamar. I can see it.
All right. So just, piggybacking off the Steelers comment, shout out to Steelers losing to the Jets. I wonder which mother or wife Zach Wilson or y'all took home with him after the game. So Ravens will be fine, bro. We 2-2, but the division keep making mistakes right behind us. So nobody wants to pull away with this division. We'll eventually pull away with it since nobody want to take it. We play the Bengals Sunday night. It's going to be a real test on the secondary because obviously Joe Burrow is looking to sling the rock because he feels disrespected for, I guess, the way we did him his rookie year. So we just got, Mike McDonald, please, bro. Brandon Stevens, sit him this week. Demarion Williams, play him this week, please, bro. No, I know you feel he's a second-year guy. No. Other than that, I feel fine. Go Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens gonna be good. Y'all doing exactly what I thought y'all would do. I had y'all losing to the Dolphins. I had losing to the Bills. So I got y'all finishing 12-5 though. So y'all gonna be fine. Y'all gonna be fine. All right. We gotta go to our next topic. We're gonna talk about the Steelers. Kenny Pickett can't be onto the playoffs. We got Vaughn joining us next.
What's up, y'all? This is Dennis Garland Jr.
It's your boy Michael Redwood, aka Big Mike.
This is DeVore. My name is Teddy Ricardo, and you're watching
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports. Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports. Let's go!
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me keep on running toes, they gon' take them.
Refuse to lose, built to win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win, yeah. Refuse.
All right, so the Steelers lost to the Jets this Sunday. Mitchell Trubisky was the starter, but was benched by Kenny Pickett. You see the fans excited. All right, benched by Kenny Pickett. And he actually did a good job. I did an okay job. Scored 2 rushing touchdowns. Was huge. Made it a game, but they still took the L. So we got Vaughn on with us. All right, got to talk about his squad. What's good, Javon? Are you on mute?
Carl.
There you go.
Sorry, my car still mine. Get to make it home yet, but I'm ready to talk some action. Let's get to it.
Let's get it. All right. So here's the question. All right. Your question is, can Kenny Pickett lead the Steelers to the playoffs? Or will he lead them to the playoffs?
Okay, that makes a difference.
Oh,
Man.
your volume. Go ahead. All right, you got it.
Right there, it's will. Now, will he do it?
Joy, you going in and out. I don't know. Try to do it without your AirPods.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right, there we go. Now, will he do it? I don't know. That's tough for me to say. Really, we have the fourth toughest schedule this year. It's going to be very tough, for us to get that done. I'm not gonna come out here and spit a bunch of numbers to you guys and things like that because from the numbers we're trash. I mean, point blank period. Our offense is trash. I think it's second to last in yards. Our defense isn't trash. It's okay. I can say. I think it can play at at Super Bowl level if we get TJ Watt back. And also if our offense can pick it up a bit because through the first 3 games of the season, our defense was on the field for the most plays out of any defense in the NFL. And these guys are too good. Any team, even the sorriest team in the NFL, these guys are NFL players. Guys are going to get open. Guys are going to score if you give them enough opportunities. Right now, we're 1-3, which we're 1 game behind everybody in our division. We still can win our division. So he does. Actually, yes.
Okay.
Kenny Pickett can take us to the playoffs. You know why? Because we got teams like the Ravens that gives up 20-point leads. We got teams like the Bengals who can't protect their quarterback. We got teams like the Browns who don't have a quarterback. Yes, we can get it done. People look at our team and they say stuff like we trash, we bottom of the barrel, we this and we that. The reason why we look so bad, this is why I know nobody watches us but real Steelers fans, is because Mr. Trubisky was trash. He missed so many players, so many open receivers. This guy's scared to even drop back in the pocket and look downfield without looking around him for somebody to hit him. Last game, we saw Kenny Pickett come in the second half. The stadium went crazy. I mean, you could feel the energy from watching the game. I felt it on my couch. You just ask my fiance. I was up and down, running and jumping, had my terrible towel spinning it.
That's good.
He threw 3 picks. Let's go look at them picks, Joe. 1 pick was a Hail Mary. That don't count.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? The second pick, it touched pride move hands. It was a little too high. He admitted to that. He wanted to throw it away, but it messed him up when he saw a problem. He tried to hit him while throwing it away, and that's why it was so high to the point where he couldn't even catch it. It touched his hands, though. The other pick was Claypool. He threw it up to Claypool when he's supposed to make a play on that ball.
Top 3 receiver, he said.
What did he say, Joe? He said he's going to be a top 3 receiver. He's a top 3 bum this year. I'm sorry. He's playing trash. Even though they got him at the slot running jet sweeps with him. He's 6'4", 230. He running 4.4. I get it, but come on now. Okay, let me get myself together. Now, another thing I want to speak on. If you watch Kenny Pickett, the guy makes quick reads. He gets the ball out. He's very confident in himself. He runs a 4.4. I think he runs a 4.5. That's pretty fast for a quarterback, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, he gives our receivers a chance, man. I feel like me personally, we have a top 5 receiver group in the league, arguably top 3 if they can get some production out there. Kenny Pickett gives those guys a chance. He was throwing that joint up to Pickett. You saw Pickett catch the great patch on the sideline. Claypool, he got to make a play on the ball. Another thing I love about this guy, what do you hear a lot, Joe, about our team? Play calling and what's the other thing that's like the number 1 problem for us that you hear?
Probably play calling, offensive line.
Offensive line, right? Guess what Kenny Pickett said in his first press conference? This dude said, our offensive line has been the most consistent unit on our team, so we got to roll with them. They're going to be our leading force. You like to hear that kind of stuff from your leader, man.
Yep.
He's picking our players up. He's giving these guys confidence, giving them hope, let them know, yeah, we hear the media talking trash, but, man, I'm y'all quarterback. I see what y'all doing. Y'all out here working. That's going to make us better. He plays with an edge. I heard Carl here crying about Lamar Jackson. He had Von Miller in his face before he threw the pass. If you watch the game against the Jets, my man Kenny Pickett had a 300-pound guy in his face, took the hit, and still hit our tight end. Got up smiling, laughing, like, let's get it. Let's do this. That's a baller. That's what you want as a player. And that's what we got right now. I'm about to get you out of Michael Irvin. We got this guy. I'm about to crack your cranium and fertilize your brain real quick. Woo! That's for you, Tomo. But all I gotta say, man, we got. He is a leader. He is a baller. He has that fire that we need as a Pittsburgh nation, and I feel like he can lead us to a playoff berth. Because behind a player like him, he's ready for this moment. He played an extra year in college. You know what I'm saying? He's been in Pitt. He played pro style offense in college. I'm excited, man. You can see it in me right now. I'm excited. I'm ready. People talk about we got the Bills. Devin said that's dumb. You know the last rookie that beat the #1 passing offense was Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
We've been in this situation before. We know what to do. We ain't scared of the Bills. Devin ain't say this. The fact that nobody got no tape on Kenny Pickett for real, we got the element of surprise on them. We have weapons that attack the secondary. They don't have their two safeties, do they, Joe? No. They don't have their two safeties. They played against Lamar Jackson. No disrespect to Lamar. No disrespect. But he's not a slinger. I'm not saying Kenny Pickett is a way better passer. I'm not even saying he's a better passer. I'm just saying he's more of a slinger in my eyes. So they got their hands full, and we're gonna see something on Sunday. Devin, if you want to put some TK sweeps, some push-ups, or anything on that, we can do that.
Yeah, like I watch. Okay, but first of all, well said, man. Well said.
Thank you.
My man bringing that passion. I watched. I didn't watch the full 20. I didn't watch all 22s of the Jets game, but I did watch of the Cleveland game. And all right, y'all play call is bad. Let's say that's out there. But Mitchell Trubisky had people open and he missed. And I'm talking about one play. I wish I had a video. It was one play when he threw a fade route to he just threw it up to Deontay Johnson on the left side of the field and had Pickens wide open.
On the curl, yeah.
Wide open. You know, so and then like you said, he does this. When he drops back and the first thing he runs outside like almost every time. Like I feel like he brings the rush to him. Right. So it was one time he had a tight end, wide open coming. He did like an out, right? He coming across the field wide open, but he ran out, and the lineman ended up in his face, and it was an inaccurate pass, incompletion.
Yeah.
So Kenny Pickett, like you said, he brought the energy. He came in. Even Mike Tomlin said we needed a spark. So I'm glad y'all did that. Y'all made that move. So what do you think was the? Do you think Mitchell Trubisky is done at being the starter? Like he's forever a backup going forward?
I think he's not going to come back. I mean, think about it. You got a guy out there who's scared, who's not confident. You don't want him leading your team. You don't want that. The guys even say when Kenny Pickett's in the huddle, he demands the attention. He demands the huddle. He letting people know, like, yo, this is what you do. He even said, like, he not yelling at guys, but he like, they know what it is. Like, we in the huddle, I'm letting you know what you got to do. But when I come back, I don't want you saying I ain't hear you or nothing like that. Like, he for real.
Mm-hmm. I think it's good, though. I think Mike Tomlin did the right thing by starting Trubisky because now, no matter what Pickett does,
right,
it's okay. So even if he played bad, we know that we ain't get nothing from Trubisky. So it's like, we'll just roll with Pickett. But you started off with him, then fans might be like, throw in Trubisky, you know? So I think he did the right thing. So, all right, Javon. So look, let's give your squad some last words. All right, for the Steelers Nation. Let's talk to Steelers Nation real quick.
You know, man, Steelers Nation, don't worry about nothing right now. We're in the changing of the throne. We got a new quarterback. I feel like it's our franchise quarterback. Our offensive players love him. Our defense gonna rally behind him. Our coach, we have top 3 coach in the league. Our fans are amazing. We're gonna go in Buffalo next week. I mean, on Monday, handle business. We should be 4-0 right now. I'm gonna say the same thing Carl said. We should be 4-0 right now. Any team can say that. But it is what it is. We still within the reach of winning the division. So let's go get it. If we gonna against the Bills, that is the push we gonna need, the motivation we gonna need to carry us on for the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get it.
Yeah, y'all don't forget y'all beat them last year.
We spanked them last year.
Yeah. Well, Ben Roethlisberger is our quarterback.
Exactly. So Devin can talk all that talk and see if he's gonna walk that walk on Monday though.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, the Bills are 15 points favorites. And then the Steelers are 15-point underdogs. Not throwing more like for 4.
Hold
All
on,
right.
before you go, I gotta address Blaze.
Go
I
ahead.
don't like you can't talk trash to me, bro. Like our team doing good this year. Don't get me wrong.
The
Last
Eagles.
year, I couldn't find you. I was like this. With Blaze.
What's team name you saying?
Hey, I had to put an APB out for this man. the boy thought Hurts was hurting him to have Hurts last year. Now it's hurting me that he talking about Hurts this year. But don't worry, we got Kenny Pickett coming to town in 4 weeks. So be ready.
Let's get it. All right, Vaughn. Appreciate you for coming on. All right.
No problem, man.
Nation. All right. And also, if you don't mind, man, you want to make your little announcement here if you don't want to?
Huh?
That you made on the chat earlier? You okay with that?
Oh yeah, I do actually. Because
Okay,
I want to address you about that. I feel some type of way because you ain't had me on that first segment. Because I just told you I'm a new fan of the Commanders. And you just had a segment about the Commanders and you ain't throw me on there.
Okay.
And I gotta say something about Mark. Because Mark in the chat talking about something. Let's see what he's saying about week 5. I'm trying to join the team and y'all got me already. I just want to say I'm a Commanders fan for the NFC because that's my home. That's my home. But I'm a number one diehard Steelers fan foremost and almost. You hear me?
Let's get it. All right, Vaughn. Stay safe. We'll catch you on the rebound.
Yes, sir. You too, bro.
All right, y'all. There you go, Steelers fans. So we're gonna bring look, no video. We're gonna bring them right up. We got 49ers fan Dave. What's good, David?
What's up, Joe?
What's good? So look, Jimmy G, man. Jimmy G, I mean, he's winning. He's winning some games, even though he, put Orlovsky and put, ran back in the end zone. But Jimmy G doing good. So I want you to talk to me. So the 49ers, right? People are actually, even though the Eagles are undefeated, people are considering y'all being the best team in the NFC. People are actually saying, I'm hearing that. All right. So I want you to give me on a scale through 1 through 10, how confident are you in Jimmy G and the 49ers of winning it all this year? And tell me why.
See that? 5. I'm in the middle. It hasn't changed all year. I was at 5 when Trey Lance was in. I'm at 5 with Jimmy G in. It ain't changed because Jimmy G's in. Yeah, he won a game, but it's a division game, and it's a team we beat 7 straight times in the regular season. So I'm not overly excited about it. Yeah, it was a big win. Don't get me wrong, because if we lose that game, we 1-3, and we at the bottom of the division with the Seahawks. So I'm excited about the win. I'm definitely happy about that. But we own the Rams in the regular season. They can't do nothing with us in the regular season. Shanahan just had Sean McVay's number. I can't really say too much about that. And then D'Amico Ryans, that defense is just nasty, man. Tyler Noah Hufanga, credits to Carl who definitely saw that, but I didn't see that last year when Hufanga had played. But he's definitely a beast. He's I think he's a top rated safety in the league right now, just as far as PFF. So he's been balling out all year. He trained in the all season with Troy Polamalu. So with that defense, we definitely got a shot at least getting to Super Bowl. But as far as winning it, I don't see us winning it. Not with Jimmy G as a quarterback. I don't. Unless he makes some kind of miracle change in the regular season and we go on a win streak and only win out 2 games out of the last 13 games, I don't see us win the Super Bowl. Now, I will say this: he did play well Monday night, but it's not as if he won the game for us. If anyone really looks at the throw, if it was a little bit lower, it's an interception. And then that's momentum going to the Rams. That was a play made by Debo, not made by Jimmy. It was made by Debo because it was a slant route that Debo caught, and he broke 2 tackles. Debo, put this up for people. People don't want to mess with that man when it comes to him running the ball.
Nah,
whether he's catching Debo is not that man that you want to bring down. He runs physically, and that's the thing about our team. We are a physical football team, and we have one of the best pass rushers in the league, if not the top 2 at least. And Nick Bosa leads the league in sacks right now. Nobody's talking.
He was my preseason defensive player of the year, by the way.
He's my preseason defensive player of the year because I definitely think Nick Bosa. I said this last year, and I said it in the beginning of the year that it's ridiculous he didn't get a vote for defensive player of the year last year. At least he had what 15 and a half, 16 sacks last year.
He won comeback player though, right? Or he was in the running.
I think he was in the running for it.
He should have won that. He had 15 sacks, right? Yeah.
He had 15 sacks, and that came off an ACL injury. Mm-hmm. So come on now, how many players come back and do something like that? Like he was balling out last year. Not saying that TJ Watt didn't deserve it, but I think Nick Bosa should at least gotten a vote for defensive player.
Yeah. Oh, well, Michael Parsons got one.
And Michael Parsons didn't have 15 sacks last year. Not saying Michael Parsons ain't great, because I think he's shown that last year and this year, even though his numbers ain't saying that. But Michael Parsons is balling. But I don't have that much confidence in Jimmy G. I'm sorry. He played well for us for when he made sure that he didn't make any mistakes, but he definitely was a mistake. He honestly almost threw another touchdown to Kittle in the end zone. It's just that his foot stepped out of bounds. So he played pretty well, but I'm not. No one is saying that Jimmy G is the reason we won a game. It's because of Debo and that defense.
Debo. So look, let me ask you this: what if Jimmy G, right, go to the playoffs, and he goes to the whole y'all win. Let's say y'all win the Super Bowl, and he was mistake free, like no turnovers throughout the whole playoff run.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that your organization is going to do next year?
They're going to re-sign him. They're going to give him an extension. That's what they're going to do. I know John Lynch well enough, and I know Shanahan well enough. They're going to keep Jimmy G in the system. They're not going to give him away. They're not going to give somebody away that just won the Super Bowl. That's something that we haven't won since 1994. We've been to 2 Super Bowls since then, and we lost both. One to the Ravens and then to the Chiefs a couple of seasons ago. So if you because 49ers is always Super Bowl or bust. That's the same as the Patriots or the Steelers. Those teams that have won more than 4 Super Bowl titles. I would say the Cowboys is up there too. But they just I don't know. I can't really say too much about the Cowboys. I don't like them. Never did, but but historically, yeah. I mean, we can't deny what the Cowboys did historically, but 49ers, you got to come in and you got to win the Super Bowl. We don't go to Super Bowls and lose, because if you think about it, before those 2 losses, we were 5-0 in the Super Bowl. We never lost a Super Bowl until Kaepernick played, and then when Jimmy G played. Mm-hmm. So we need our quarterback to play more.
All right. So they re-signed Jimmy G as a backup or as a starter?
As a starter. You don't re-sign. I don't think they would re-sign him as a backup. That would make no sense that you would re-sign him as a backup and he just won a Super Bowl for you. Whether he was the reason or not, he's the quarterback that was on that team that won the Super Bowl. That's like say if the 2000 Ravens, when they won the Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer. That defense was nasty. It was the best defense in the league. It's arguably the best defense ever. So, and that's like Trent Dilfer going there, and you got a rookie that who you started in the season but got hurt, but Trent Dilfer went and won a Super Bowl. You're not going to put that rookie in the starting lineup the next season when Trent Dilfer was the quarterback to help you win the Super Bowl. Unless you see something in the offseason where Trey Lance is just balling out and destroying that defense, which it's almost not going to happen. It's one of the best defenses in the league. So if he's doing that, then yeah, you trade Jimmy away and you give him away. But no, I honestly wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't give Jimmy away if he helped us win the Super Bowl. No, I wouldn't do that.
All right, cool. So you would keep Jimmy G and like start him the next year if he win y'all Super Bowl.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, all right. And then you would take back everything you said about him?
I don't know about that. But I don't know about that, but I would keep him. I would definitely keep him. I still don't think he's a great quarterback. He's serviceable, and he does enough to help us win, but he also does enough to make us lose. You got to catch him on a good game. I mean, look at what he did against Denver. We could have won that game. We only allowed 11 points. We lost the game 10-11. Our defense played lights out, and our quarterback just played terrible. So
And then look, that top 15 Debo thing looking a little real crazy right now.
Glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that because Debo had 6 catches for 150 yards and a touchdown. He's been balling out this year. So at the end of the year, I don't want to hear no more talk about him not being the top 15 wide receiver in the league.
No, he might be higher than that. You know, so we'll
I'm
see.
just saying.
Yeah, because like he doing his thing, and some people are actually saying he's probably the best player in the NFL. He's one of the best players. You know, so that could be. Cause I remember at one point in time I was saying Antonio Brown was probably the best player in the NFL. You know, and now we're looking at Debo. It's like, okay, you know, of course, the quarterbacks. This ain't non-quarterback. They saying Debo Samuel. So yeah. So before you get off, talk to your fan base.
Niner faithful, Niner Empire. Look, let's just make sure that Jimmy doesn't lose us any games. That's all it is. If Jimmy plays like he did against the Rams, we have a good chance at least getting to the Super Bowl. Winning it, I don't know, but at least getting there. You got to score more than 24 points, I think, to win the Super Bowl. And plus, it all depends on who we play.
Unless you the Patriots against the Rams.
Yeah, that's an anomaly. That's an anomaly. That doesn't happen all the time. But I mean, our defense is definitely great enough to only allow 16 points in a game. We haven't allowed a 20-point game all year. So our defense has been playing lights out. And we definitely have, I think we have the best pass rush in the league.
Yeah, I had the best passing defense in the league, I think. I think that Bears game kind of skewed it, but you know.
I mean, like I said, it was a monsoon in the fourth quarter. It was like the worst time for it to get terrible. So I mean, it was pretty good. Trey Lance even played. He played okay up to that point. But
that was just a bad situation for your first. You know, as like the real starter, and all eyes on you, and you get that weather, like that's crazy.
Exactly, and then the very next week, your coach puts you in position to get injured by running you up the middle 3 times in the first quarter. Like, come on, it's idiot. I still think Kyle Shanahan's an idiot for doing that, but yeah, we got a great chance of doing something good this year. It's just I'm not gonna get too hyped. I ain't gonna get too low. I'm gonna be even killed. So whatever we can do, I'm excited about it. I'm even upset at myself that I picked us to lose the money in that game, but I'm definitely happy that we won. I mean, it's the Rams. I should have figured that we was going to beat them.
Exactly. Going forward, if y'all playing the Rams in regular season, I'm picking y'all.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick against us when it comes to the Rams, but anyone else I might, but not the Rams. They can't do nothing with us in the regular season.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan owns all of his pupils. Like all his students, he owns them. Matt Floor, all of them.
Just like Bill Belichick, it's just that Shanahan can't do nothing when it comes to the Super Bowl.
Well, you can't say that. I'm not. If people put that Super Bowl with the Falcons on him, I mean, he wasn't a head coach, bro. Like
he wasn't, but he wasn't the head coach, but he was the play caller for the offense. So
yeah,
it still counts.
But Matt Ryan took a bad sack. That was on Matt Ryan. You know,
he did, but I still think
ran it though. He should have ran it.
That's my point.
But his mindset, like, I got the MVP. I'm gonna trust my MVP. And then the 49ers, y'all lost. I mean, Jimmy G, he had what's his name wide open, and he overthrew him. You know, like Emmanuel Sanders. Yep. So, you know,
but if we continue to run the ball, we would have had a chance.
No, at that point, but it was a good play though. Like, it was designed.
I'm not saying it was a bad play. I'm just saying the play calling overall was bad because you're trying to throw the ball with someone who's not. Jimmy G's not the kind of quarterback who's going to win the game for you throwing the ball. That's not what he is. He needs the run game in order to help him out because he's best all play action, those quick screens, those quick slants. Jimmy G is that kind of quarterback. He's not that quarterback that's going to throw outside the numbers. He's going to throw middle of the field to where, you know, whoever you are catching the ball, you might get hit. Just know.
All right, cool. All right, Dave. Appreciate you for coming on. For now, who y'all got next?
We got the Panthers next. Easy W.
Oh.
Baker Mayfield ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
All right, he about to get tore up. I just saw Chris McCaffrey have a good game. I got on my fantasy. You feel me? I got Tomo this week too. So have a good game.
He may or may not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Cam Akers they only had 3 rushing yards the last game. So
well, they one of the worst rushing teams in the NFL though. So
that's true. That's true. But Panthers playing against us now, so I don't see going off.
All right, appreciate you, man. Coming
All
up
right.
next, y'all, we gotta talk about these Cowboys. Cooper Rush. We got Tomo on the set next. Y'all stay tuned.
Hey, you already know what it is, man. It's Lamar, a.k.a. L to the second letter to the crooked letter.
My name is Joseph.
My name is Jamal. And you're watching
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Bond, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running. Toes they gon' take them.
Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
Cooper Rush and the Cowboys are 3-1. Cooper Rush is 3-0. Now they got a tough test ahead of them. The Rams, even though they're not looking too good lately, but they are the Super Bowl champions. And then the Eagles next. So the Eagles are running the NFC East right now at a 4-0 record. So we got Tomo on right now. And I got one question for you, Tomo. All right, first off, what's up? How you doing, man?
How about them Cowboys, man? Come on, man.
You gotta bang it.
Come on, man. Nah, not like Skip. I'm more Michael Irvin, you know?
Okay.
Let's go, man.
All right. So, yeah. Another W against us. So, good win. I get props when it's due. So, I want you to talk to me. Are y'all a serious threat to the Eagles to win the NFC East?
First of all, man, I don't even know where you came up with this question. That's hilarious. Are we a serious threat? It need to be flipped.
Reverse.
Yeah, there we go. Flip that. Because like my man said, like Bond said earlier, no Eagles fans believed in this team last year. You couldn't find these guys nowhere. Like he said, it hurt them to talk about Hurts. And it literally, Bond was preaching to me today. Because it hurts me every time I get in the chat and I see another Eagles post from Kev. I'm like, if you post one more thing about the Eagles, bro, like I'm starting to feel like Mark sometimes. It's always Eagles this, it's Eagles that, it's Darius Slay this. That's why I just find Michael Irvin stuff now. I'm like, look, bro, we got to balance this out a little bit. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not gonna be that person. I'm gonna answer the question. Yeah, we are a serious threat. Like, we do pose a serious threat to them. Their defense is serious. Their defense don't scare me like ours is, but as far as like the quarterback that we have with Cooper Rush and their secondary, yeah, their defense is a little iffy. But if we stick to the game plan, I'm not worried about the Eagles at all.
Yeah, I like your name too.
Yeah,
Tomo,
Rush Hour
4.
Come on now, and I gotta show off the new digs.
I see.
You see a big play Trey.
I see. You gotta put that jersey to the south right now. You need to get your Cooper Rush jersey.
No,
I'm
I'm not doing
that.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
You don't know how long that money would last for. You know.
I believed in Trey since we drafted him, man. So I was like, it's about time for me to get the jersey.
So let me ask you this question. All right, I know I asked you before, but we in a new week. All right, Dak is not gonna play this week, but obviously he's looking to play against the Eagles. All right,
I would want to come back against them too if I was him.
Back in the Eagles like crazy. All right, so but like if Cooper Rush wins against the Rams, and Dak is, he's not 100%, but he can go. Like, or let's say he is 100%. How will you play it out? Would you bring in Dak, or would you keep the ball rolling with Cooper Rush?
That's an interesting question because no matter how I answer it, it sounds like you're setting me up for a quarterback controversy. But if Dak is 100%, I play him against the Eagles. If Dak is 80%, 70%, Cooper Rush go out there play. Right after the Eagles game, it's a bye week. Dak had about 4 to 6 weeks to heal up. They still saying he can't grip a football, so I don't even think he'll be ready. But if he's 80%, I'm putting Rush in.
Mm-hmm. So what if Jerry? I got a feeling that they're going to keep Rush going until the bubble bursts. I got a feeling because you got
That's
different
smart.
situations. Yeah, I like the move, but we had situations that when that happened, and the quarterback never got their job back. I know you've been hearing it all over the place. I've been hearing it, and the example I'm hearing the most, Tom Brady example. Like for real, I've been hearing that example. Drew Bledsoe was the highest paid quarterback at the time. He get hurt. Tom Brady comes in. They go on a winning streak. They go to the playoffs, win a playoff game, win another playoff game. Next thing you know, they're in the Super Bowl. And Tom Brady, all he's doing is doing what Cooper Rush is doing, probably even less. Like Tom Brady was just managing the game. So if that situation, do you see that happening? Like if Cooper Rush continue to win, and it's like a snowball effect, Jerry keeps him in?
That's a good question that you asked there, Joe. So I'm gonna attack that from a different angle.
Okay.
If Cooper Rush wins us the Super Bowl, then we got to sit back at the table and discuss some things because that cap hit is gonna hurt to try to just sit Dak out. Like you can't trade. He has a no trade clause too, so you can't trade him. So you kind of stuck with him. And if Cooper Rush
can release him though, right? But
you have
to pay him what?
That's like I think it's in the upwards like 30 to maybe 40.
So you got to pay him his full contract because how much is guaranteed? I'm not sure. I know we didn't.
Yeah, you got me on that one. But I know the cap hit is going to be major. Okay. Like it'll be crucial. It'll be detrimental to the team for you to do that. So basically, if Cooper Rush wins the Super Bowl, then Dak's just going to be the starting quarterback next year, and then we'll end up with a whole.
Nick Foles and Carson Wentz.
Yes, I didn't want to say it, but yes, it'll end up like that. And I don't want it to get to that, but I would love to see them win the Super Bowl.
That'd be dope because Jerry Jones, he said, "You know how much I would pay for it to win the Super Bowl." And that's what he said, right?
Man, you almost sound like him.
All right. So look, all right. Talk to me about your defense because y'all defense, right? Listen, I gotta be honest with you. When I rewatched our game, I felt like we was moving the ball on y'all. But let's
talk about that.
All right, go ahead.
Let's talk about it. No, go ahead. Finish what you were saying. Let's get into that.
I felt like we were moving the ball on y'all, but we were getting false start penalties. Like we were getting penalties that killed us. I know we did have a penalty. We had a false start, and they didn't call it. They weren't calling no false start. It was a lot of times when the D line pointing and the referee brought a late whistle. I'm like,
yeah.
So because that touchdown we had was a false start, I will give you that. All right, but we were moving the ball on y'all, but we kept putting ourselves in 2nd and 20, 2nd and 22, 2nd and 17. So that's how. And then the 2 interceptions we got on y'all, the holding calls they called had nothing to do with the interception. Once we put that pressure on Cooper Rush, and then he just threw it up for grabs, and then it was 2 picks, and then 2 plays on Terry McLaurin they didn't call. The one with Wilson and the one y'all were hyping up with Diggs, he held Terry McLaurin.
Which one?
The one in the corner. The when it was 4th down. And look,
you gotta do a little bit of holding,
He held
it's a DB thing.
No, man. Like when he cut into the corner, he held him, and that should have been a holding call.
You gotta grab the jersey a little bit. Deion Sanders teach you that.
He
grab the jersey.
He grabbed the waist. He grabbed the waist, not the jersey.
Hey man, if they don't call it, it ain't holding.
So talk to me about your defense.
All right, so man, let's first things first, man. I want to give a shout out to you and Mark because last week y'all came on the show and y'all had hope. The hope was all the hope that you gave. I guess they must have tapped in because they definitely came in. They made the adjustments. I thought we was gonna have 9 sacks. I'm 7 short. I'm sorry, guys.
Marcus Potts was there like a million times though. Like,
bruh, Carson Wentz had oil on his jersey. Oil. So
especially,
I mean, like you said, that first half, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was watching that first half and I was like, bro, they actually look like a real team. They would show up today. They're running the ball. They're doing the quick screen, so Carson don't have to hold on to the ball. Everything was quick and runs. That's it. So that was looking like that number 1 defense, bro. I can't say nothing if we lose to them because they actually look like a team. But the first penalty, when y'all got pushed back, I said, this is gonna make or break the game right here. If they can get this first down, then they're actually a good team. And y'all didn't get it. I said, oh, it's game over. The hope is there. That little bit of hope. Boom. Got it. I want to address some other things too that was said by a 49ers fan before I came on.
Okay, let's go.
Nick Bosa is great. I will give you that. But if you didn't notice, 49ers is jockeying our style. I never seen Nick Bosa move around in the defense the way he's moving. They're trying to make Nick Bosa Michael Parsons. I'm not saying he is, but it's looking a little familiar. So that's why we probably got the two best defenses in the league right now.
Yeah, the Bucs defense is good too until we saw Pat Mahomes lit them up.
I mean,
but so that contract, 160 total, 160 million total, 126 million guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the quarterback. He's our quarterback.
That's crazy. All right. So I'm gonna ask you another question.
Oh, one more thing about the defense too. I like what we're doing with Michael Parsons, but I also don't like what we're doing with Michael Parsons. Because if you watch that game, if you watch it in totality, towards the middle of the third, going into the fourth, he looked gassed, bro. He looked gassed. And the sad part about it is when he's not out there, that's when all y'all plays happen. So it's like it looks like they have to have him on the field in order for the defense to do something.
Not the run plays. Go ahead.
No, not at all. Hey, if you want to run to the edge, we got to find a way to contain the edge. Up the middle, we good money.
Yeah, because y'all D line. That's my next question. So y'all run defense, right? Y'all had this issue last year, but nobody never ran on y'all. I don't know why. Like y'all have a better passing defense because of the pass rush, and y'all got Trayvon Diggs. I mean, when we threw that punt. Right. Listen, I'm going to give Donnell some credit. He's right, though. Like, when we threw the punt, all right, and then Diggs intercepted the ball. I know everybody cites this Terry McLaurin. First of all, he's bigger than Terry McLaurin, and he got a receiver, too. So, and Wentz threw it inside. So, that was going to happen. So, but Donnell was right. A play like that could ignite the defense because I heard everybody hyping up that play. Like I said, it was a punt in our vision, the Commanders. And I saw Dez Bryant. I told y'all he was gonna get a pick today. I'm like, bro, it was a punt. So but it got the Cowboys Nation hype. It really did. So it gave Trayvon Diggs confidence too. You feel me? That's a pick on Terry McLaurin, who already is not having good numbers against Trayvon Diggs. So talk to me about your run defense, and I know you say you want to touch on what I just said.
Okay, so about the Terry thing. The Terry rivalry with Diggs goes back to Diggs' first year in the season. And you know it, and all your Commander fans know it. Terry used to cook Trayvon. That first season, them 2 games, he was killing him. And ever since then, Trayvon got better. So I want to thank Terry McLaurin for making Trayvon Diggs the cornerback that he is today. Because he was cooking his first season. And you can go back and watch them games. Like there was a few he was making them look bad. He was looking like Antonio Brown a little bit. No, Anthony Brown. I'm sorry. Anthony Brown.
You want to talk about that guy? Right?
Yeah. That was Trey Diggs. But speaking upon the run defense, our run defense always been terrible. We can go back. It wasn't just this year, last year. I'm gonna say the year before that, the year before that, and the year before that. There was a Rams playoff game that we played. And if you can recall, their 2 running backs, who was what's my man? He not Todd Gurley, and then both running backs not even in the league no more.
It was the Broncos' old backup.
Yeah,
I got his name, but oh my god,
they ran for like 200 yards each.
Yeah,
and our run defense
200 yards each.
I am, but still, it felt like 200 yards. I'm like, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah, they had combined over 200 yards though.
Yeah, and looking at. And the way our defensive line is set up, we don't have no Vita Veas on the front line. We basically got all linebackers really rushing because we're all speed.
Facts.
Our whole defense line is all speed. So if you can get past us, that's it. But once we lock in, you see we tackle as a team. And I told y'all about my boy Donovan Wilson too.
Yeah, he's a good tackler. I would say that. He's a good tackler. And he making plays. But that was a pass to the fans, bro. I'm sorry.
Which one? The Terry McLaurin? That was a passing. That was a PI. That was a PI.
Call that
That was a
You know
PI.
how crucial that was for us, man. Like it's like stuff like that.
That was
I
a
be
game
hating.
changer.
I be hating, man. Like and then they called that weak holding call on William Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but William Jackson, I don't want to get started with him. That man, oh my gosh, he's paid like a top 10 corner too.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. But all right. So look, it's my last question, and then you can talk to your nation, your Cowboys nation. All right. So back to Cooper Rush. All right. So now is Cooper Rush being overrated right now, or is Cooper Rush is what everybody think he is? That's my camera. I'm here.
no,
All right.
it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
I think he is being overrated because if you like break down the film and actually see what's going on, like you said, those 2 interceptions, if they weren't called back, once that pressure got to him, you see why he was a backup. A funny thing about it is the fact that this rivalry is starting to spark back up. I see between us and the 49ers.
Wait, you talking about yeah.
Just now, you know what I'm saying? I think Cooper Rush is Jimmy G. I think they're the same quarterback. Like they manage the game, but you don't trust them to like actually go out there and win you a game with their arm. Like we had to win the game on Cooper Rush's arm. I don't see it happening. Like we got lucky in that Minnesota game, but the Minnesota game we got lucky. The Bengals game, if you watch it, like Cooper Rush completion rating ain't that good. Like it's very sketchy. He has a few passes that he's good on, like that fade route. And a couple of those.
He's good at fade route, yeah.
And even the seam pass that he threw to CD Lamb,
it
was wobbly.
But okay. One thing about Cooper Rush, he's a good decision maker.
Definitely.
All right, let me say this. I'm sorry to cut you off. One thing that's because all right, I listen to everybody, right? And then the national media talks about Dak Prescott's numbers, like. They had number one offense last year. I don't know if you know this, but that was all fluff, in my opinion. Because like it was y'all beating up on bad teams. So
like
now Dak is a better quarterback. But Dak at times, man, when defense was carrying y'all last year, he wasn't making the plays to get y'all in position to win. And that's what Cooper Rush is doing. Cooper Rush, like when y'all need him to make a play, he actually he's making the plays. Like I look at like our game, he capitalized on our mistakes, and that's between a good team and a bad team. You capitalize because somebody got to make a mistake, and you got to capitalize on it. I look at the Bengals game. The Bengals came down and scored. They had all the momentum. He come down, put y'all in field goal range, get a field goal. So that's how I look at Cooper. But when I look at Dak, I go back to our game last year when we came all the way back. Our defense was killing us. And y'all were up 27-7, something like that.
Talking about the one at home?
Yeah, it became
the fumbles and then the dumb interception. Yeah,
he threw it right to Holcomb. Like I was like, let's go. I was screaming, that's the point. Like, come on. Right? And then we got the ball back. It was a 3-0 after that. We got the ball back with a chance to win, but Kyle Allen had to come in because Taylor Heineke got hurt. But I look at Cooper Rush. I ain't gonna lie. Like when the clutch situations, I kind of trust him.
You want to know what's crazy? You're falling victim to what everyone else falls victim to. So you're not looking at the situation where it's like maybe the people around him know that he's a backup, and they're like, we have to step our shit up. I mean, our stuff up because we know that's not full. It's a difference when there's somebody you can rely on back there, so you'll slack off a little bit. But now everyone's like, come on, bro. CD Lamb that first game.
Yeah,
like even in the Giants game.
So you trying to tell me they're not giving their all with Dak, but they got recruit?
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say no one's never not giving their all because I can't say over somebody all is. But I will say this. I mean, we've all played sports and we all know when we could sneak a break and when we can't. Okay. And I feel like on some downs, they're like, well, Dak can make something happen, so I don't have to work as hard. Versus when the backups in, they're like, all right, I have to do this to a T because one mess up, everything falls out of line.
That's good. All right, I respect that analysis. All right, so look, talk to your fan base, Cowboy Nation. Talk to them.
I mean, come on now, it's feeling like the '90s all over again. But I ain't gonna say we're going to the Super Bowl. That's a stretch. But we got the Eagles winning again. We got the Giants winning again. We got the 49ers thinking they winning again, and we got a quarterback controversy. The last time this happened, we made the playoffs, and almost beat Aaron Rodgers. That right there lets y'all know we got a chance to even like do something great. And then people are saying our defense is Super Bowl-esque talented. The defense, they're not even worried about the offense no more. All that number 1 500-yard stuff is out the window. We have a defense. And one more thing, my message to Michael Parsons is, bro, don't worry about getting sacks every game, bro. Like, just be the impact player that you're known to be. Because DeMarcus, you sparked that whole defensive line now. DeMarcus Lawrence getting sacks again. So, in rush, we trust. But when Dak is back, we all that.
Okay, rush, we trust, and Dak is back. I ain't gonna lie, Tom. I'm not too. I'm not high on your defense like everybody else is.
But if you're not high on our defense, you can't be high on the Eagles defense or the 49ers defense. But no. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me take that back.
Either.
The 49ers play way more physical than anybody in the league. They still stuck in the 90s. So I'm gonna give them that.
The 49ers got a good defense.
They're stuck in the 90s.
The Philadelphia Eagles, bro. I mean, they look good against us. You know, because the offensive line sucked, but Detroit put up numbers on them. Jaguars put up numbers on it in the rain. Who else they play? And then Vikings is Kirk Cousins Monday night. So
then the Jags.
But they do have a good. I think they got a lot of new pieces too. So as the season goes for the Eagles, they will get better, and maybe y'all too. But I don't know. Y'all stretch is like against a bunch. Y'all then I got to play the Rams, another bad offensive line.
That's the blessing in disguise, right? That's the blessing in disguise. But the Rams on the flip side,
but
y'all gotta go up against Aaron Donald.
The Eagles game is going to be a true test for your defense. I'm gonna say that
so?
Because let me tell you why.
Because
Tomo, I'm preseason. I had y'all sweeping Dallas. I'm sweeping the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a feeling it's gonna happen if Dak comes back. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling y'all gonna beat the Rams. Y'all gonna play the Eagles. I think it's Sunday night, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all play the Eagles.
I think it is.
And whenever y'all got a marquee matchup on primetime and everybody's on y'all side, y'all get spanked like almost every time on primetime. And then Dak gonna come back, you know. So, and then I don't know. He gonna play bad. He'll have a bad game. The Eagles gonna get some turnovers. I got Jalen Hurts having a field day, and then they're gonna hype with the Eagles. I got that happening, and it's gonna be huge controversy between CJ Anderson.
Yep, that's it.
That was the thing. Yeah, but I got a feeling it's gonna happen. But
I got one more thing for you to say that in this situation, the Eagles we the underdogs. So if we go into that with Dak being hurt, like I hate to say it, but the 4-letter networks and stuff, we kind of got a built-in excuse because they're like Dak's just coming back. His defense is okay. So if the Eagles win, then they win. But for me as a fan, I don't want to hear all that. Right now, the Eagles is simply the better team because they beating everybody they're supposed to beat, right? And Hurts is out here giving them weak locker room speeches. If you ever give another one of them weak locker room speeches about we the thermostat and we set the time, I don't want to hear all that, all right? Go out there and win the game, bro. You sitting up there with Eli and them.
George trying to find a way to discredit us.
Look, man, the NFC East is back, man.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta get in it, you feel me? Like,
but y'all got. We talked about this on all the panels. If you go back on all the panels, we all said we all got a 7 to 8 game stretch where it can make or break the season. Right now, y'all's is in the beginning. The Eagles got that weak stretch, and I think y'all could beat the Titans. But right now, the Eagles got the weak stretch. Who have they played?
And the Giants too.
Yeah.
And the Giants.
We'll see, man.
Let's get it. All right, Tomo. Appreciate you, man, being consistent, coming on, giving us a Cowboy news and all that stuff. How the Cowboys nation is feeling. You feel
Anytime,
me?
man. And I'll be here when we lose. I'm letting y'all know that. I'll be here when we lose too.
So y'all gonna lose?
No, I said if we lose.
All right.
Or like win, because we ain't gonna win all of them. If we win all of them, then Cooper Rush our quarterback next year.
That's what Tom Brady did. I think they went undefeated. I think the rest of the season, but he came on like mid season. So
matter of fact, we could probably waive Dak's no trade clause and send them to Pittsburgh for that pick because they need a quarterback. So
that makes sense. Or if Gino fall off, send him to Seattle. But no, it's not a good situation for Dak though.
Hey, or Hurts. Hurts might win it all and still get left.
Yeah, you're right though. You're exactly right. So we'll see, because they're gonna have to pay him not. So we'll see.
And Dino, stop blazing whatever you blazing. Y'all don't got this division hands down. Stop that. The Commanders gonna steal one from y'all, and the Giants own y'all. Or do y'all own the Giants? It don't matter. Y'all not winning the division. Just clean and easy. It's not happening.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, man.
Kenny throwing pickets. All right, man.
Up next, we got NBA, y'all. NBA. We got Ron, Jamo, and Blaze Mo next. Y'all stay tuned.
Hey, you already know who it is, man. It's Lamar, aka L to the second letter to the crooked letter.
My name is Joseph.
My name's Jamal, and you're watching
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Bond that can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah, refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah, refuse.
NBA season is around the corner, y'all, and we're going to talk about which non-playoff team will make the playoffs this year. And the reason why we got the Lakers highlights because they were like a lot of people NBA Finals pick. So on this segment, we got Blaze and Jamo on right now. We're gonna have Ron come on the back end. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
I'm good.
What's going on, bro?
What's good, y'all? All right, so look, I'm glad NBA is back, man. We got NBA in like a week and a half. Right now it's preseason. So the question is, which non-playoff team from last year will make the playoffs this year? And we're gonna start with you, Blaze. Talk to us.
All right. How y'all fellas doing? I want to address something real quick that was said on the last segment with Tomo. Tomo, we do have the division hands down. The Redskins will not split anything with us. We're going to sweep you. We're going to sweep the Giants as well. It's over. I'm sorry. NFC East champs, I'm already claiming it today. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, but y'all already know my pick. Of course, it's the Lakers. Of course, it's the Lakers. Because last year, we should have won, but we had a crazy coach in Frank Vogel that nobody respects in the locker room and couldn't control his team. So that alone, the chemistry, the culture, everything was already all set. So I love the fact that we hired Darvin Ham. He's a former player, one of the guys who was like a role player and a journey guy. He played on a lot of different teams, was in a lot of different locker rooms. Won the championship with the Detroit Pistons. So he's been around a lot of key guys and great moments. And he's respected around the league. And he's a man, you know, like not saying that Frank Vogel isn't no disrespect to Frank Vogel, but Darvin Ham commands a certain level of respect that Frank Vogel could never do. So I'm excited about that alone. I'm excited about the addition of Patrick Beverly, Thomas Bryant. I'm excited about that. I'm excited that Kendrick Nunn is healthy, you know, this year. So he's going into the year. That's very key. Austin Reeves will have another year on his belt. I'm a big fan of Austin Reeves' game. And I like what Darvin Ham is trying to do with Russ as far as I was watching some of the footage from their training camps and their practices and the way he's using Russ. I like what I'm seeing. He's telling Russ to just straight up attack the hole and not do all that dribbling around, sort of like the same way he was doing in Houston. So I like that. He's getting Russ to also do more off-ball screens, you know, so he's getting them in better situations. I love that. And not just Russ, but just the whole team, even our defense. I like that. What I seen the first quarter of the game against Sacramento, I like what I seen from the defense, how active they was and how they was running around, getting to the balls and rebounding and boxing out. So That's my pick. Last year was just it happened. Of course, it wasn't a mistake, but it could have been a different situation if it was a different leadership in that locker room. And I feel like they have the right leadership. So I think it's going to be the Lakers, and I'm gonna predict them to be a top 5 seed.
Okay. All right. Top 5 seed.
Let's go
All right, let's
Lakers.
get it. All right, J-Mo.
Top 5 is
Talk to us.
bold. I ain't gonna hold you. Top 5 is bold.
Yeah, that's a bold prediction.
That's
Top
bold.
5.
I think it's bold because
I can see your face, Blaze. He's serious.
Top 5.
Like me personally, as a basketball fan, I'm excited to see what Darvin Ham is gonna do with this team as well.
Yeah.
Like as far as the new additions, they got like I like Kendrick Nunn. I really like the addition of Kendrick Nunn. I just want to see how he fits with the stars, because he be using that joint off the pick and roll. He can boogie for real. And they got Toscano Anderson. They've been raving about Scottie Pippen Jr. So I like to see how he look in the regular season. But it's one thing to have the players, but I just don't know how it's gonna work. You know what I mean? Like, okay, they got Patrick Beverly, great 3-and-D player, but these other teams, man, they not sorry. It's not like I don't think the Lakers could flip a switch and make a finals run or be a top team. Like, it's because you got the Clippers. And I know everybody gonna try to give people stuff about the Clippers, saying they always choke, they always this, they always that. But this list right here that we're discussing, this is barring nobody gets injured, because that's what's been happening with the Clippers outside the bubble. The Warriors, the Clippers, you got the Grizzlies, the Mavericks. Like, I think those 4 teams, I think those 4 teams and the Nuggets healthy. I think those 4 teams are locked. Well, those 5 teams right there, I think they're locked in, because we know who they are and we know how good they are. And I don't think they're going to get worse. None of those teams made moves where they're going to get worse. But I'm interested to see how the Timberwolves are going to look. They were like in the middle of the pack as far as rebounding. And with Gobert, the Jazz were what? Like 3rd in rebounding. And outside of Gobert, who rebounds for them? Like, so I mean, he was a huge influence on that. So more rebounds, more possessions. That's also more chance for mistakes that a lot of the Timberwolves make a lot, but that's another conversation. But the Suns is up for grabs right now. The Suns, they I don't know what's going on with the management and the owner and everything. Jay Crowder wants out. DeAndre Ayton wants out, but is he gonna play because he on contract? Like, I don't know how to call it with Phoenix, because without those 2 pieces, like they just. Like they don't have all of that on their roster for them to just be a great team automatically. So my team to get in the playoffs. All right, I'm gonna go with this is crazy. I'm gonna go with the Blazers. I'm gonna go with the Blazers. I'm gonna go with the Blazers.
Blazers.
I'm gonna go with the Blazers. I'm gonna go with my man Damian Lillard coming back with a vengeance. If Anthony Simon's gonna be hooping, like CJ McCollum was a great player, but he wasn't nothing out of this world that Anthony Simons can't be. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, every year when the Blazers roster wasn't as good as everybody else, they always ended up in like the top 6. So now that they got a better team, they got a little better defenders now. Feel me? They got Gary Payton Jr., Nazir Little. They got Jeremy Grant. I think Portland will get in.
Portland?
Yeah, I think Portland to get in. I didn't go Eastern Conference because I think it's pretty obvious as far as who's going to make it out of the East. You know, in the playoffs, I think that's the Cavaliers. I don't think no other team that hasn't made the playoffs last year is going to make the playoffs this year. If it's close, they're going to surprise me.
All right. So
that's true. Shaden Sharp. I forgot about Shaden Sharp.
Yep.
I'm expecting a lot from him.
All right, y'all. I had text Blaze, right? I think I texted you too. And I was like, I'm gonna put a question. I'm gonna put who gonna have a better season, the Lakers or the Kings? And the Lakers like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. All right.
Don't.
But, he said, think about it, don't do it. Think about your kids. Like no. but I'm going with us, man. I'm going with us. All right, I'm going with the Kings. So look, I know y'all don't watch the Kings. We play at 10:30 every night, and nobody gonna watch it unless we playing the Lakers. All right, so I'm not gonna watch it. The only reason why y'all know how we play in the preseason game because we play the Lakers. And the whole time they were talking about the Lakers. I'm like, dang, say something about us. I look on YouTube, they got all interviews in the locker room, the Lakers, no interviews about it.
Vicious, man.
So that's why I like what we got. See, people that don't watch us, they just know about our history. And our history has been terrible. It's because we had a history of bad GMs. The last time we made a playoffs, right, we had a different owner, and we had Rick Alderman as our coach. The moment we got a new GM and a new owner, we fired Rick Alderman, and we haven't made a playoff since. And we've been swapping out GMs ever since and picking up like Keith Smart, Paul Westfield. You know, we had Mike Malone. Mike Malone didn't get along with our GM. Then he got fired. Dave Yoga didn't get along with Bobby Divock. We got rid of him. So we haven't won 40 games since 2006. All right. So we've been trash. All right. We haven't won a championship, right, in 70 years. All right. So we are terrible. I get it. We got the longest championship drought and the longest playoff drought. But things has been changing since my man Monty McNair has been the GM.
Who?
Do y'all know Monty? All right. You got the Sixers shirt. He's actually Daryl Morey's protege. He worked under Daryl Morey in the Sixers. All right. So with Houston. Not with the Sixers, right? So the whole time he was in Houston, Daryl Morey, Monty McNair was working with them. So do y'all know that like multiple times we were like one pick away from like a superstar? Like we drafted Marvin Bagley, next was Luka. We drafted somebody else, next was Dame. But when Monty came in, he got the best available. That's the first good sign. We drafted Tyrese Halliburton we already had a point guard. And I was like, why we get him? And Tyrese Halliburton turned to be a good pick. And then we drafted Davion Mitchell, another point guard, best available. But we switched out Tyrese Halliburton and got my man Sabonis. So now we got a 1-2 punch. All right. Fox has never played with a player like Sabonis. When y'all see when they put the best players under 25, they don't really mention Fox. But Fox is the only one who don't have another great player that plays with him. What's his name? DeAndre Ayton got a good player playing with him. John Morant got good players around him. Luka, not Luka. Luka something else. But we got Tyree, we got him, we got Sabonis, and our big issue was shooting and defense. What do we do to address the defense? We bring in Mike Brown, who was the defensive coordinator for the Warriors like the last 6 years, and the Warriors have been a top defense since he's been there. All right, they were actually number 2 last year without Draymond most of the year, so they were number 1. We bring in Mike Brown. We got Davion Mitchell. He's a dog. D. Fox is a good defender, right? We drafted Keegan Murray, who's a good defender and a 40% three-point shooter. All right. We bring in Herder from the Hawks, who's 6'7", who's also a 40% three-point shooter. We bring in your boy Dino, Malik Monk. We bring in Malik Monk. He ain't the best defender, but what I like about Mike Brown, he told Monty McNair called Malik Monk and was like, "Are you going to play defense this year?" Told him straight up. And he was like, yes, sir. And they signed him. Mike Brown said, if you ain't playing defense, you ain't on the floor. And the talk around our organization is, Kings. All right, I'm going to address that. All right. The talk around our organization is ending this playoff drought. One thing I like about Keegan Murray, right? They asked Keegan Murray, what attracted you to the Kings? A lot of people didn't want to work out with the Kings, blah, blah. He said, I saw a challenge. I want to be a part of that team that ends the playoff drought. That's what I want to hear from my rookie, man. I was so excited earlier. I ain't going to lie. All right. So when we play the Lakers in the preseason, I know a lot of people don't want to make a big deal of preseason. My thing was, how is our effort on defense? And we look good on defense. Right? Fox had like 2 breakaway steals. Davion Mitchell had a breakaway steal that turned into easy baskets. and that's the key to our success. Like we never been a good defense. But anyways, I don't want to talk too much. Last time I'm gonna address Carl. All right, everybody keep downing the Tyrese Halliburton trade. Before we trade Tyrese Halliburton, nobody was talking about him. So I want everybody to be quiet. Before we traded him, nobody thought of him as a potential all-star. As soon as we traded him, because we're the Kings, they try to make it seem like it's a bad move. And then Carl might say, I would. But I could put some money up that he's not going to be an all-star. He's going to be a very good player. He's not going to be an all-star like Sabonis is. All right? Sabonis is a legit big all-star. And Tyrese Halliburton is a guard, right, who can pass. But so is Sabonis. He's a great – he's the second best passer as a big man in the NBA. So he goes hand in hand with De'Aaron Fox.
He like 6 assists a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's basically like Jokic, a smaller version of Jokic. Like he averaged the most. He had the most double doubles in the NBA behind what's the name behind Jokic. So, but Blaze, I got a feeling, man. I think we're gonna have a better season than y'all. Not because y'all more talented, but I don't think y'all gonna be healthy all year. LeBron's in
top 5.
Year, y'all not gonna be top 5.
Top 5.
West is too good, man.
Bro, I don't know.
Darvin Ham is the truth.
That's what I'm trying to see, man. I don't know how Russ is gonna look. Or not even just Russ, all of them. Like, I'm not about to put all the blame on Russ like everybody else do. Like, it's all of them. I don't know how what the team is gonna look like. I fell for this last year. Last year I had them coming out the West or at least fighting for it. And even when they was on the court, it didn't look like it. So I don't want to hear the injury excuses. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to see what the team. I can't call it. So that's why I can't put no faith in it. Yeah, they still have LeBron, but what can LeBron do besides average 38 and 6? He averaged 38 and 6, and they still wasn't good.
Top 5, Tyrone.
I do think the easiest pick to make the playoffs, the Cavs.
Clippers.
I think that's the Clippers. That's right. I ain't think about the Clippers. The Clippers, yeah. The Clippers and the Cavaliers.
They didn't make it last year?
Nah, the Clippers, they didn't make it. Paul George caught COVID in their last game. And but the West side, they got Zion, New Orleans.
Hey, Joe, I was just about to say, my sneaky team is the Pelicans.
Yeah, I agree with David.
I don't know if anybody think they sneaky or not, because don't nobody haven't winning nothing. So I'm just saying.
Blaze
the Pelicans, I like them, bro.
And the Suns, in my opinion, are going to be the Utah Jazz of last year. That's what I think. I think they're going to be like a 4th, 5th seed. They're going to get bounced in the first round next year.
We taking somebody's spot. That's all I know. One of them teams bouncing.
Yeah.
One of them teams got to bounce.
You're going to take the Timberwolves
spot? Top 5's got to bounce. No, I said top 5. One of the top 5's got to bounce.
So the Grizzlies.
I'm saying it today.
You're not going to have a better record than the Clippers.
I'm saying it today. Top 5. That's what I believe. If I'm wrong, I may be wrong, but we could go back to this. Top 5. Top 5.
Top 5. I mean, I
top
feel
5
you know?
seed in the West.
So look. All right, look. So you think the major difference is Darvin Ham?
I do because whether nobody believes me or not, but everything I said last year, every single time I talk about a game, I just said, "Yo, these guys don't even want to play for real." Like it was no effort. So you start with that and then work in his scheme, his play calling, his defensive schemes, and everything else. Is like, why not? Everything starts with effort for me. I watched it last year. Like them guys did not want to play. Like they were terrible. No defense, offense. Everybody standing around. It was terrible. Like I watched it, and the only reason that's why you say earlier, like you still believed or whatever. That's because I thought they could turn it around. Like because I'm watching it. Like please don't be upset. It will happen. But yeah, like I just thought they could turn around because I'm like, there's no way they're gonna continue playing like this all season. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't the fact they was missing shots and stuff like that. It was everything. So you change the culture, you change the person that leads, you get a true leader in that locker room, Harry. Yeah, it would change everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true. Darvin Ham do seem like a culture setter and a very matter of fact coach. Like what I say goes. Like
everything I've been saying, and everybody buying into it.
Yeah, let me give you an example. you got a point, Blaze, and I think that this could be like a if it works out, it could be like a Brad Stevens to Udoka situation. Like Udoka is a man. You feel me? Like Darvin Ham is a man. Like that's what the Celtics needed. They needed a man to get in their face. Brad Stevens a little boy. You see that Brad Stevens, he's like he my age. Like he's like a little kid. So Darvin Ham, though, former player, just like Udoka, former player, and they got credibility, and they Udoka had success as an assistant with the Spurs. Darvin Ham success as an assistant with the Bucks. So I get it, and I like what they're doing with Russ. It's kind of like they spread the floor out and they giving open lanes for him. Only thing though, bro, I still don't think y'all address. Now Patrick Beverly, bro, he's not a great three. He's like a 35% 3-point shooter. He's like that's like below average in today's NBA. And like but one thing, he has big shots. I will give you that, his big shots. But throughout the game, he ain't no great 3-point shooter. Kendrick Nunn, yeah, but what him on the defensive side? Y'all gonna be undersized, you know. So that's what I want to see. I want to see
Lonnie Walker. They got Lonnie Walker too.
Yeah, Lonnie Walker for the Spurs. Yeah,
yep.
That was a
He
good pickup.
He could definitely shoot that.
Because he killed y'all last year.
He's a good defender too.
Y'all played the Spurs, he killed y'all.
I know.
Yeah.
Everybody killed us last year. Everybody.
Man, Fox.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he killed y'all.
Hey, Blaze, tell your man Bron stop tweeting, stop posting, because every time he do it, they sorry.
That's true. Hey, Blaze,
he need a hoop. He need a hoop.
They just rebounding, nigga. Really? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
3-1.
Oh.
Who?
Us.
The season series. The season
3-1. Yeah. We won at least 3 games against y'all.
Stop
playing. This year, the Kings.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't forget, y'all, when we traded for Sabonis, Fox, since we had Sabonis, Fox averaged 29-9, shooting over 50% from the field, 40% from 3.
He averaged 28 on the Lakers.
Yeah, averaged 28 on the Lakers. That's what I'm saying. So Fox is gonna have a breakout season. Fox will be we're gonna make playoffs, and Fox will make the All-Star team this year.
Okay.
He's okay. All right. Look, before we get off, right, Jamo, I know you ain't talking about Philly. You know, Philly Nation. Talk to Philly Nation real quick about this upcoming NBA season.
Philly Nation, not the Eagles. Okay, not the Eagles. Oh. Sixers all day. No, y'all the football team. We show love. It's all good. But hey, look, Philly fans, keep trusting the process. We made it. This is it this year. All right.
Okay.
We coming out the East, and we want all the smoke with Golden State. So this is it this year. All right. I like us coming out the East, and not just because it's my team, because I look at what every team has. I like us. That's what I got to say.
Okay, let's get it. Y'all look good though. Please talk to me. I'll talk to them.
All right. So first thing I want to say is, Lakers fans, stay patient. POP, hold it down. We coming. We're gonna turn it all the way around. We're gonna be top 5 this year, y'all. We will be back in the playoff mix. The playoffs is still born without Bond, so we need Bond back in the playoffs, and he will be there. Don't you worry, he will be there. And to my Eagles fan base, we flying high this year. Like everybody keeps saying, "Oh, you last year." I ain't gonna listen. I thought the Commanders was gonna be better than us last year, and the Cowboys. You know, like so I didn't have too many expectations. So you know, I was humble. But this year ain't no humble because we are 4-0 and we undefeated, and it's gonna continue. Anybody that's stepping our way, we are going to smash. Fly high, Eagles Nation. Fly high.
You gotta do your bird. Do the bird. Go to. You gotta fly.
No, I ain't flying.
All right, let's get it. All right, y'all. So look, first off, appreciate. Hold on, King. Hey, look, Kings Nation, y'all. Hey, look, Sacramento proud. Hey, by the way, I bought a ticket. I'm coming to Sacramento October 22nd. I will be there for the Clippers and the Kings game.
Hey.
So all y'all Kings fans, holla at your boy. All right, show me some love. You feel me? Flying from DC in the Cowboys area, flying from Boston. Show your boy some love. All right. All right, y'all. Look, make sure y'all like this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Right now we got 309. I got a feeling it's gonna snowball someday. It's gonna just snowball to 1,000. We gotta get this to 1,000. If we get this to 1,000, I promise y'all the content will be so much better because the money actually be coming in. Right now, money come in my pocket. All right. So when we get it to 1,000, we can get the YouTube checks and we can make the content way better than it is right now. And maybe some of y'all might get some of that money to come on, but that's another subject. But also make sure y'all share this video. When we end it, it will go straight on YouTube. Make sure y'all share this video with somebody that y'all know personally so they can support the movement. All right. And that's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.